Like walking into here, there's nothing in here that's like, oh yeah, I might want to try that. I've tried celery. I threw that shit up instantly. I don't want to say I'm addicted to mac and cheese, but because it sounds so weird, but like my body won't let me eat anything else.
Hey guys, what's up? Sebi here, coming at you with an OP05 Doffy deck profile. We have a couple in this list. Guys, I just wanted to say sorry. I haven't been uploading in a while. You know, life, shit's just been kind of hitting the fan. But we're powering through it. We're making that money, and it's really all I could do. I wanted to say shout out to the person that requested OP05 Doffy. I'm going to have your picture or your comment right here or right here, wherever. It's going to appear somewhere. So shout outs to you. Thanks for requesting, and let's get into the profile. So OP05 Doffy, is it the pick? No, absolutely not. OP05, this leader just is not it. If you're going to play mono blue, just play Croc. If you're going to play blue in general, play Sakazuki. They're just, honestly, in my opinion, they're just a little bit better. Not even a little. Well, Sakazuki, not a little bit. Croc, a little bit better. Sakazuki, way better. Obviously, you see the results. But like I said, let's get into the profile. Still a fun leader. 3 Mihawk, standard. 4 Doffy, stacker, standard. 4 Kuma. This is where we're deviating a little bit. This was standard back in OP2, OP3. No shock, OP5, it's still good. And honestly, it's almost necessary against Sakazuki at the moment. Without having cards like the Sanji that's coming out or any of the stackers that are coming out in OP06, we need something to combat Lucci. And so Kuma's the answer. Kuma being able to play the Pacifist out of your hand when it's KO'd, strong. It also has blocker, strong. Just a great card, great addition against the Sakazuki matchup, and it's almost necessary. Next, for Perona, not really much to say. Best stacker in the deck. It's a 1 cost, very strong. Boa Hancock. So, on to Boa. We play 4 Boa. Now, Boa, still one of the strongest 7 Warlords ever printed, but we're putting an asterisk on that. This format against Sakazuki and Luffy, this card just never sticks. It's never really sticking even if you play it off the leader effect. I mean, you can dump a couple resources into protecting it because it draws a card, but with the amount of removal in the format right now, this card's never sticking, and honestly, it's very cuttable, and that's why I have multiple lists. Still very strong, though, and it definitely gets the job done. It's one of the best names, so that's why it's here, but you're never hard casting it. If you're hard casting it, you're losing that game if it's Sakazuki or if it's Luffy. Every time. Especially if you attach the Dawn. Every time. You just don't even attach. It's never gonna happen. Next, for Gecko Moria, 6K. Still best Warlord to play off the top, in my opinion. Even though it doesn't have an effect, it's 6K. They have to commit resources in removing it. They can't just swing with their leader. So, very strong. Next, for Jinbei, this is for the Sakazuki matchup and for Bello Betty. Just a great card, honestly. Just a great card in general. If Bello Betty's going to KO things, if they KO this, we spin something off their board. Sakazuki, same thing. If they KO this, we spin something off their board. We say goodbye to Tashigi, or whatever that card's called. The one that taps to -2. Goodbye. Their ad cards, goodbye. You know, it's just a great card, and it's kind of necessary. Next, Gecko Moria. We're playing 3 of the add back Gecko. Still, I think 3 is the sweet spot. 4 is too many. 2 is too little. 3 is the sweet spot. Next, we play 4 Dracula Mihawk. Standard. It's the 2K counter of the deck. Very standard. Gotta play it. Also, being able to add back off Gecko, you know, it's just Doffy stuff. Next, the 1-drop blocker Law. Definitely not sure how I feel about it at 4. That's just in this list. Like I said, I have other lists. It's standard to play it at 4, but it's just not that good this format. Against Sakazuki, it's just useless. It's just dead card. Luffy, it's pretty strong because Luffy, they don't have like multiple removal, but and then against Bello Betty, it's definitely strong, but I don't know. With how much Sakazuki runs around this format, it's a toss up. especially against Anel too. It's really not that good against Anel either. Almost all their removal can get rid of it. So I don't know. It's all right. It's definitely one drop blocker. It does its job. 3 Pacifista to go with the Kuma. We would be playing 4, but I feel like it kind of bricks on 4. I have lists with 4, so we'll go over those. But you could get away with playing 4. Definitely strong. You need to see it in Sakazuki matchup, so I could see you playing 4. Next, 3 Overheat. It's 4K counter. It bounces back Peronas. The deck doesn't have as many stackers, or as many stackers as it does in OP6. So we need, to recycle our stackers, and the best way to do that is to counter out of something, bounce Perona into our hand, and then play it on the following turn, which is very strong. Next, 3 Gum Gum Rain. We have cards with no counter. We need to turn them into counter. Sakazuki, this card's dead, so being able to pitch it with Gum Gum Rain is perfect. Next, 3000 Worlds. What can I say? I mean, it's a great card. It gets rid of Queens. It gets rid of Lucci's. It gets rid of Rebecca's. Great card. Bottom deck removal, still best removal in the game. So that's this list. Let's go into the next one here. So this one is a little more budget friendly. That Jinbei is not affordable, so we need more affordable options, I guess. So it's the same list. It's just instead of Jinbei, we're playing 2 Usopp and 2 of the Apis. We're just call it a piss because it's a piss card. It's really not that good, but it's here because it's 2K counter. Also, if we're in a pinch, we can use it to try to search for the Usopp. Usopp's here. It's a rush card. You catch a lot of people off guard with this card. Anel, they're never ready for you to drop a rush card like that. They'll think they're safe. They'll maybe take a swing that they shouldn't have because of his leader ability, and then we drop this and we absolutely snake them. So definitely great card, and that's why it's here. Next list, boom. So this list, same thing. It's a very similar list. We're just playing a couple changes. So this is a more aggressive list. This Gecko Moria card, the Double Strike Gecko Moria, we're playing 4 of it in this list. This card is very strong and very shit at the same time. I mean, this card absolutely blows mixed leaders out of the water. Any of those multicolor leaders just get absolutely shit on by this card, but you have to see it early. You have to see it early. If you don't see it early enough, it's a dead card. It is still a Warlord to play off the top, but it conflicts with the add back Gecko. You need 5 cards in your hand for it to even be live, and it's only 5K. I mean, it's definitely strong, and that's why we're playing it. This is, like I said, this is a more budget list. This is a more aggressive aggro type list. We're also playing the Alvida. The Alvida here is just 2K counter. It does have its matchups where it comes up. There are times where you're going to want to bounce, a 3-drop or less to the hand. Unfortunately, you have to discard a card out of your hand, but it is what it is. It does what it needs to when it needs to, and it's also 2K counter, so that's why it's there. You see we cut Overheat. So this list is testing without Overheat. Because we're playing a more aggressive list, we're just kind of going to be attaching Dawn on everything and swinging. So we really don't have the Dawn capacity for Overheat. We're never going to have the 2 untapped. We're always going to be tapping out every time to maximize our turn. Next, we have 2 more lists. So next, we have with the Jinbei. Again, this is the aggressive strategy here with the Gecko Moria, except we're playing Jinbei this time. Again, we cut Overheat. We cut Boa. Because Boa is kind of useless in the Sakazuki, we needed a card to break through it. So that's why we're playing the Double Strike Gecko Moria. That's why we're playing the Jinbei. And we're still playing the 2 Rush Usopp because you catch a lot of people off guard. Now, this Alvida could be the Apis card because we could use it to search Usopp. But that card conflicts with this Gecko Moria because you need 5 or more in your hand for this to have Double Strike. So we don't want to have a lot of discard cards. Alvida does as well, but Alvida, it's going to be like a one-time bounce something. It's kind of for green, and green's kind of dead this format, so it's just 2K counter. Could be replaced with any other 2K counter. We also cut a pacifista. 4 pacifista is just a little too much. I like 3. I think 3 is the sweet spot, but you can't get away with playing 4. Next list here. Again, this is a more budget-friendly option. We're cutting the Jinbei. This is closer to the original list you saw. It's just the difference is we're playing the 3 Alvita, and we're playing 4 Pacifista instead of the Jinbei. Again, 2K counter, you need it. Having the extra doesn't hurt. Keeps your hand nice and big. Also, having the 4 Pacifista against Sakazuki is very strong. Like I said, you kind of need to see this card if you want to aggro them down at a reasonable pace. And we are still playing the Boa. Boa is just kind of, the budget option to Jinbei. If you could play Jinbei over Boa. If you want to play both, you can definitely play both, but you know what I'm saying? It's a great warlord, definitely one of the best 7 warlords they ever made. Just this format, it's not that crazy. So that's the deck lists. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I wanted to say shout out to the person that requested this video. You're awesome. If you enjoy the content, keep requesting. I'll pump them out eventually. I'll definitely try to get the next video out way faster than this one. It's just life just kind of hits you, and you kind of got to roll with it until until the passion to make content comes back, right? But yeah, I just want to say thanks for watching, guys, and you guys have a great one. Peace.